Hello and a huge welcome back. You're with me, Kel Bell, and welcome to the PDHPE and CAFS Podcast. Today we are diving into our brand new K-6 and 7-10 PDHPE syllabus here in New South Wales. And I know from conversations that we've had with our primary school members in our K-6 PDHPE membership, as well as our 7-10 PDHPE members, there have been a few content points that have been raising some eyebrows with our members and in conversations that I've been having with New South Wales PDHPE teachers and primary teachers. So if you haven't even touched the brand new K-6 or 7-10 PDHPE syllabus, I'm going to share with you today some of the things that I think are probably like raising some questions and probably getting people to think about, okay, how are we going to tackle that particular content? So I hope you are well. We are at the end of a very, very busy term one in 2025. And if I'm going to be really honest with you, I don't know where the last 11 weeks have gone. It has been an absolute whirlwind. We have been doing so much behind the scenes to really reimagine what PDHPE looks like here in New South Wales. And many of you know me for CAFS and HMS and my work with senior students and senior teachers. And look, I've been a PDHPE teacher for over 20 years, 16 of those years in the classroom, but we really want to help you. We really want you to reclaim your time, to get back your afternoons, your weekends, your holidays, because we know things are busy. And teacher burnout is real. Many of us are probably getting to the end of a busy term, scrambling, crawling, getting across the finish line because we just want holidays to be here. And I know exactly what that feels like. Been there, done that. And look, I do feel a bit like that because we've been doing so much behind the scenes to help you and to really, empower you to get back that time. But potentially at the detriment to, maybe to my own energy. And last week I headed off to Perth. One of my besties is over in Perth. She moved from Sydney. She was actually up on the Central Coast just before we moved up here. And then her husband was playing for Perth Glory as a goalkeeper. So I kind of missed an opportunity to hang out with her on the coast. But she now lives in Perth. They've been there for about 9 years now. And look, it was really nice to kind of take a little bit of a breather before the end of the last week in week 11, and then really to kind of, we have lots happening in term 2. We have our K-10 PDHPE forum, kickstarting that in week 1, Thursday and Friday. Very excited for that. We then have literally back-to-back workshops all of May. So I'm going to be a busy bee. Vance and I, Vance the Volkswagen, are going to travel to Wollongong, to Sydney, then to Dubbo later on in the term. It's going to be really busy. So little mini break, but now I'm back for the rest of the week and then getting ready for the holidays with our beautiful 2 children. And I know they're looking forward to the break as well. But today I'm sharing with you some of these questions, some of these content points that are starting to kind of filter some discussions. And look, we have decided to make these content points the focus of our inaugural K-10 PDHPE forum because we want to kind of alleviate that pressure that many of you are feeling right now about the brand new K-6 and 7-10 PDHPE syllabus here in New South Wales, which is like about 18 months down the track. We're going to be teaching this. So you will see if you're watching the recording on YouTube or watching the live, you will see my eyes dart backwards and forwards. I didn't want to screen share today. Just might distract you and me. So, and I'll use this recording for later on. So you might see me dart down. I'm looking at the syllabus itself. So one of the biggest things that you may have noticed is there are a number of access content points for our kids, for us to differentiate our learning with our students. And I think that's a great inclusion. It's timely, it was needed. Our syllabus needed to be flexible, needed to be fluid to teach our students from a diverse range of needs. So I think that's a really great inclusion. And you will see that filtered all the way through to stage 5. and really making those content points come to life with physical activity, with movement as well. So I think that's a really big inclusion, and I think it's a really great inclusion as well. So look, the biggest thing I think around physical activity and movement is really amplifying those fundamental movement skills. And I know Lyndall and I have had multiple conversations about this, that there are lots of primary teachers across New South Wales who aren't actually maybe quite sure what some of these fundamental movement skills are. They might do the basics like skipping or running, but actually teaching that is a different story. We can't just grab, a bag of balls and go out to the playground and expect that our kids are going to learn how to catch. We actually have to break down these skills really explicitly. And I know for me, in my observations in primary schools, and I have worked not in a primary school, my children have been to primary school, Lexi's in year 6, so she's still at primary school, but I know, and I have lots of friends who are primary teachers and cousins, and lots of conversations is around this idea that potentially there are a lot of primary school teachers out there in New South Wales who don't feel confident, who don't feel comfortable to actually teach fundamental movement skills because they were never taught that. It wasn't in their study. It wasn't in their university degree. It wasn't in their teaching degree. So at our K-10 PDHPE forum, Lyndall is going to lead you in a really practical session around fundamental movement skills. And certainly inside our K-6 membership, we're going to be giving members access to checklists, to little cards, to broken down that skill, to activities and games that kind of help actually teach those skills explicitly. So you'll see that as a massive inclusion in our brand new K-6 PDHPE syllabus. You will see these skills in there a lot. And I think it's really important for us to consider these and to make them really explicit with our kids. So I think that's a really positive inclusion for the kids. And in the syllabus, it's very explicit as to what that looks like. So the examples are very explicit. The other surprising or other content point that is kind of getting a bit of discussion is around consent and with that, respectful relationships. So it is very explicit about what that looks like in our classrooms. And Sonia from Macquarie University is going to take us through a process and a model to help teach the kids this type of content around respectful relationships, around consent. So you'll see that very much highlighted in our brand new syllabus. I love the inclusion of that correct terminology with anatomy, with the body. We need to be teaching our kids those correct terms. And I know for me, as a PE teacher for 20 years, it's something that I personally did that with my own children when they were very young. We used to say like the actual correct terminology, the anatomical term for body parts. Like it is what it is. Like that's the correct term. And I know some of my friends kind of rolled their eyes or gave me a bit of a look. Like, why are you calling it that? That's the correct term. We should be teaching all of our children that. So you'll see that as a really big inclusion as well. In terms of safety, there is a highlighted section. I think it's filtered throughout the K-10 syllabus around the online space, the online environment. Not just road safety or environmental or the beach. We're surrounded by water in Australia and especially in New South Wales, but this online environment that our kids are experiencing, so much earlier these days. Okay, the other thing that I think you will kind of, I suppose, consider, and it's quite different to what we've been used to in primary schools, and that's this idea around the body systems. So things like how the brain kind of, controls the body, how our heart pumps blood, lungs that provide oxygen, using the brain, heart and lungs, and those vital organs in the body. We might have touched on it in science. Let me know if that's incorrect, but I don't know the ins and outs of every dot point in our K to 6 syllabus. But you'll see that filtered out all the way from early stage, I think it's early stage 1. I'm just checking. Live, early stage 1, I'm pretty sure it's in there. Maybe stage 1 actually, all the way through to stage 5. So the kids are learning about how the body works from a very, very young age. And I really applaud Nessa for including that, because I think it's time that our kids learn like what goes on in our body. It's so important for our young people to find out how their body works, how their body moves, what's happening internally. So I think that's a really good inclusion as well. Another really great inclusion, I think, is the Aboriginal perspectives. It is very much highlighted in the brand new syllabus from a PE side of things, in terms of like games and that type of thing, but also like bush food and connection to family and the idea of holistic health within the Aboriginal perspective. So connection to country, all that sort of stuff. It's really such a positive inclusion in the syllabus. Look, I think you will really love the new syllabus if you haven't had a chance to have a look at it yet. For primary teachers, we are doing everything we can to help you. As a busy primary teacher, we know what it's like to have 1,000 things happening, to wear 1,000 hats. And Lyndall, our K to 6 PDHPE mentor, has been working really hard behind the scenes to give you resources, to give you checklists and comprehensive programs that you can kind of literally attack and go, all right, love this, love that, I'm going to implement this at our school. So that is super exciting. And Lyndall is, like I said, has been working really hard, but is very excited to see everyone at our K to 10 PDHP forum May 1st and 2nd. So look, that's probably the big ones for K to 6. You'll see, things that are very much around physical activity and movement, fundamental movement skills. All of the dance outcomes have been taken out. All the dance connections have been taken out and put into the creative and performing arts syllabus. But inside our K to 6 PDHP membership, we're giving you guys access to resources for that because we know it's going to be a bit light on. So we're going to support you in that as well as a bit of a bonus. So that's like in a nutshell, that is primary school. In terms of high school, there are some inclusions that will probably surprise you a little bit in terms of what it's going to look like in high schools. Obviously, we will see a clear progression from kindergarten to year 10. That is a very positive change that's happened in the syllabus. And in both our primary and high school PDHPE syllabus, you'll see this idea that that PDHPE is a balanced approach. So in our K to 6 syllabus, I'm grabbing out the actual statement to read it out to you. So it says balance of content. The expectation is that the total time allocated to PDHPE is evenly distributed between personal development and health, PDH, and physical education, PE. Now, let's have a conversation about that very quickly, because I know for a fact there are schools out there that are using PE as like a carrot or like a reward for the kids. If you don't do this, we're not going to do PE. If you, if you get quickly through our literacy block, we're going to go and do PE. You didn't work well today on X, Y, and Z. Everyone was mucking around. We're not doing PE today. This needs to stop across New South Wales. This is a massive concern for us as educators and our young people. We need to give PE the time and energy that it deserves. Our children, our young people, deserve better than that. And I know there's lots of teachers who love PE, who love movement and physical activity, but there are some schools who are using it as like a reward, and PE is the first thing to go. So I just wanted to say that out loud to remind everyone that it is a balanced approach to both PDH and PE in New South Wales. And again, in our 7 to 10 syllabus, it does say that as well. So it says emphasis should be equally balanced across health and physical education concepts. So, I would even imagine, if you have, say, 4 lessons of PDHPE, balanced approach, 2 and 2, but if you have 5, I would love to see what that looks like, to see that balanced approach to PDHPE. So some schools, you might have 1 prac a week. That's not enough. If you're giving the kids, those 6 lessons or 5 lessons, it needs to be more than that. Major eyebrow raisers for our 7 to 10 PDHPE syllabus. If you haven't had a chance to look at it, things are busy. High school PDHPE teachers, the majority of them, and certainly the 270 odd schools that are in our HMS membership, have been focusing on HMS. We also have our brand new past syllabus that has just been released for feedback, and that's due, I think, in the next couple of days. But look, there are some big changes happening, and we know that it's really important for us to get our head around it because it's just around the corner. So the biggest changes I see is this inclusion around our body system, so skeletal and muscular system. So that's one big thing that's across stage 4 and 5. And I think this is the biggest thing that's going to raise eyebrows in New South Wales. And I know for me, I was like, what the hell? Are our kids learning this? So I get why it's been included. I get the progression from stage 4 to stage 6 with HMS. And that's this inclusion about biomechanics. Biomechanics is in our stage 4 and stage 5 syllabus. There are actual dot points, content points around biomechanics. So in stage 4, it's demonstrate how to enhance balance, power, and accuracy. And then I'll have to find the stage 5 one. I should have really had that back to back. But I think it's around trajectory. Am I correct? Yes. It says demonstrate how biomechanics can improve performance and prevent injury. I love that. It's more practical, but then investigate and practice how to manipulate the force, speed, accuracy, and trajectory of an object using equipment in sporting movements. And I get that. I get that progression from stage 4 and 5, helping them in stage 6 for HMS. But I'm just questioning whether that's, a PDHPE thing or a past thing. So I'll leave that up to you. Come and let me know on Instagram, kellybell.coach. I'd love to hear from you whether you think biomechanics should be in our PDHPE syllabus, but something for you to consider. You'll also see the inclusion of fundamental movement skills in stage 4 and 5 PDHPE, and I think certainly at our K-10 forum, we're breaking those down for people. Again, checklists, scaffolds, little instruction cards, that type of thing, to really help you guys. So at our K-10 PDHPE forum, some of these big ticket items are going to be focused on. We also have this inclusion of creating writing skills across our syllabus from stage 3 to stage 5. I will be leading that one. I love literacy and writing, and that's kind of been my thing for such a long time, working with seniors and working with my junior PDHPE kids and seeing that filter through. So that's going to be the focus of one of my sessions. But we're also going to have sessions on biomechanics with Brad Morris from University of New England. Like I mentioned before, consent and respect for relationships with Sonia from Macquarie University. Carly Matthews, a very experienced HMS, PDHPE and CAFS teacher, is going to do some stuff on movement skills, as well as pornography and sexting, some of that online stuff. And then Tara Steinberg is going to be working on some body systems stuff across the syllabus. Lyndall Batten, our K-6 mentor, PDHPE mentor, is going to do a whole session on fundamental movement skills, and we have a few other little sessions in between that. So look, in terms of stage 4 and 5, There are some other inclusions that you'll probably go, oh, okay, didn't realize that was in there. We still have those dance kind of movement, like with rhythm, space and time is still in there. That's still in our syllabus, which is great. We also have things like heart rate, breathing, perceived rate of exertion in there, around fitness, very much linked to HMS. And then some things that you'll probably like go, okay, I didn't really realize that was part of our syllabus, but financial literacy, that's been a big push. And look, I feel really excited about this brand new syllabus. I know many of you are feeling nervous about it, but we cannot wait to support you. We cannot wait to reimagine what PDHP looks like in New South Wales for our young people. As educators, we have the unique chance to make the biggest impact on our kids, and that's through PDHPE. So look, I'm very excited. I'd love to hear what you think about some of these inclusions. You can head to kellybell.coach on Instagram or Facebook. Let's have a chat. I would really love to hear from you. Like, what are you thinking? What are your thoughts? What are those initial kind of conversations you've been having with your colleagues? But if you would love to join us at our K to 10 PDHP forum, this is your invitation. Rego closes on Friday. We have about 12 sessions of learning, of connection, in the hub of health, sport and fitness in New South Wales at Sydney Olympic Park. And we're hosting it at the New South Wales Rugby League Centre of Excellence, May 1st and 2nd. It would be our pleasure to see you in person. So if you're a primary teacher or a high school PDHPE teacher, this is for you. You can head to thelearnnet.com/forum to join us, to register. And don't forget, if you are a member of any of our memberships, CAFS, PDHPE, K to 6, 7 to 10, HMS, or dance, you guys get access to all of our events at 20% off. So thank you for your ears, your energy and your time today. I hope that you get through the rest of term 1. I know that we are certainly looking forward to supporting you well into next term and throughout the year. But if you have any questions about how we can support you further, just let us know, send us an email or send me a message on Instagram. Have the most amazing week. Take care.